Welcome to the Bourbon Doctors. Chad, Derek, Albert, and today... Actually, this is you. This is you. You brought this to the table. Derek Gearman.
But I'm going to ask him first. Tin Cup. And first thing, to me, what comes to mind is the movie.
Sure, great movie.
Yeah, great
Roy
movie.
McAvoy and Shooter McGavin.
Yeah. Shooter McGavin.
And the love interest of Rene Russo, who was fantastic in that movie. Is that what this is about?
I wish.
Oh! You're killing me. What is it about? What's the Tin Cup mean?
Well, so Tin Cup is a standalone product from Colorado. But this is a Tin Cup 10-year, which is a sourced whiskey. So they do make their own product, but this is sourced from...
From where?
My favorite place.
MGP.
So Indiana.
Okay.
So this is 10-year MGP, at least 10-year
So
MGP.
wait, they make their own stuff.
They do.
But they've decided that for their 10-year, they're just going to go MGP.
Well, they may not have anything.
They don't have any 10-year of their own stuff yet.
So
It's like if you want a 10-year-old kid, you can't just, you got to wait.
You got to wait.
Well, adoption
And
is
if you
an
don't
option.
want to wait,
Adoption
if
is
you don't
an
want to
option.
wait, you make one.
Right. What?
What?
So this, what that tells me is Tin Cup 10-year right now, banging, maybe. I don't know.
We're trying it.
But Tin Cup 10-year 5 years from now
We'll see.
will be different. Maybe different.
Very different.
It will be different because it won't be MGP.
The other thing I'll tell you about Tin Cup, and we talked about this before with Pinhook, this is one of those whiskeys that I see and I just walk by. And I go,
Dude, this is a
I don't
bottom
know.
shelfer.
Yeah, and
At
I
our
go,
liquor store.
I don't feel like, I see other stuff that's more interesting. So I've always thought, this is kind of interesting. Might be an interesting story. Is it good? I don't know. So I'm very excited to give it a shot.
Yeah. And so the Tin Cup on the top of it is...
Where's the Tin Cup on this one?
Yeah, so, well, we might as well open it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Oh!
So your own shot glass, but is in reference to the tin cups that Colorado miners would drink out of following work, during work, I don't know.
And we
Whatever you need to
clarified
do.
earlier that it's miners with an E, not an O.
Yes.
So it's like miners
Must
that
be
mine
21.
stuff, and yeah.
Not underage drinkers.
Not underage drinkers.
Got
Or,
it.
yeah.
For us.
Oh, yeah. This is...
Quick tasting number one so
Do
far.
you guys do
tonight.
quick tastings?
We do quick tastings. That is one of our recurrent episode themes, quick tasting.
That's one of our...
They are not always quick.
No.
they're not always quick.
It's mostly standard MGP.
I get a lot of dark fruit, and then, there's some peppery notes. Caramel.
I was going to go caramel, vanilla.
So classic bourbon.
Classic. It's
It
classic
is,
bourbon.
it is classic, but it's
I do
also on the palate. I mean, I'll see what you guys think. I thought it was a little bit underwhelming.
Oh, Chad gave it the underwhelming.
What do you think? I mean, I thought okay on the nose, a little bit in the palate. I'm like, God, I thought it'd be a little more than that. But what's the proof point on this?
84.
That's
So-
probably why.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a little bit
It tastes like
lighter.
an 84 proof.
It does, yeah. So, again, our proof horror component is showing.
I don't care if this is my first drink or my last drink. It's a little bit. It's a low proof whiskey
Well,
for
again,
10 years too. I mean, it's a 10-year product.
Now, the counter argument
Yes.
for being a 10-year whiskey and being so low proof, I am actually surprised at how pronounced some of the flavors are.
I was just going to comment on that in that while it is a lower proof, I'm not getting the Kentucky hug, I'm not getting blasted in the face with flavor. There is some complexity to the sip.
How much was it?
Yeah, I
$49.99 at our local whiskey spot.
$49.99. Okay.
Now the question would be: it's a weeknight. You have a clinic tomorrow. Is this something that would be approachable to you enough to drink, knowing that again it's not going to put you on your butt and you'd be functional tomorrow?
So
I don't care what I drink. I'm functional. right? You can hit me with anything and I'll be functional. But here's the deal. At $50, I'm going other stuff. That's me. You guys can do whatever you want. At $50, there's a lot of other stuff I would go with. I'm not saying this is bad. I'm saying it's at 84 proof. For $50, I'd go other stuff. And that's me. I'd go, we just talked about it, and I can name them off the top of my head. I'd go Doc Swinson. I'd go Rare Breed. I would go even some of the Buffalo Trace products, like an Eagle Rare, if you can get it, or Buffalo Trace or something, because that's 90 proof. But that's $35.
But I mean, up until you said 90 proof, I was gonna say, hey, Proof Horror, your panties are showing, right?
No.
And normally,
about my panties.
Normally, I would say I'm right there with you, but I get Derek's point on this,
Yeah, I do
in
too.
that
I get
at a
his
lower
point.
proof point, this is flavorful for an 80 plus proof, right? Like, compare this to some other things that are 80 proof.
Basil Hayden's.
Basil Hayden's,
Mm-hmm.
I roll,
Yep.
right? Like, this is...
How about like a 90 proof Buffalo Trace?
I think this has more complexity. I think
so?
I think it's showing a little bit more oak, and I would probably gravitate towards this compared to a Buffalo Trace. Now again, twice the price,
Yeah.
but you're paying for a little extra complexity.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing that I think would stand up against this at a similar proof point at a similar age would be an Evan Williams single barrel.
Okay.
And I can get into those Evan Williams single barrels at 86.6
Yeah.
and say that those have just as good of flavors, $21.
Yeah. There's where I do side with Bus on this. The $50 price point does hurt me a little bit at this bottle. I do appreciate the complexity that I'm experiencing for the proof point, because I do think like that's one of the reasons I am a proof whore, right? Is because I want those impactful flavors. I want to be overwhelmed. I don't want to feel like I'm sipping a watered down whiskey. This one is one of the ones where I'm like, hey, this is not watered down. I do taste, there's some vanillas, there's some fruity elements to it for sure.
It's in there, but it's watered down.
But it's not blasting you in the
least in
face.
my mind.
And I do get it, like, yeah, if it's, I mean, right now we're filming on a Thursday and I gotta work tomorrow. You gotta work tomorrow.
I don't.
You don't gotta work tomorrow.
I'm on vacation.
So I get where this has a place. I would love it if this was $35, $37 and not $50.
I think it's completely fair. And again, I think that I personally would gravitate towards an Evan Williams single barrel at the same proof point for half the price.
Yeah.
I think you're still getting the age. I still think you're getting the oak, but I think you're getting maybe a cheaper product, and not cheaper in flavor or dynamic, but cheaper in what you say.
Price. Yeah. Look, I mean, I guess that's the next question is when we redo our best low proof bourbons. I think this gets entered in the competition, right? Neither one of us were on board with this tin cup at all, and I go,
I've never had it.
You have introduced me into something that, like, hey, this is a good bottle. It's overpriced, I think, for $50.
Sure.
But it's a good bottle. It's great flavor. And I think that, like, the next time we do a, hey, best bottle under whatever, or a best low proof, I guess best low proof is what's going to fit best.
Yeah, it's going to be best low proof.
And here's an engagement point or comments that people could have is you compare this to let's say the Doc Swinson's Blender's Cut at half the age, but also the same price point, non-chilled filtered MGP compared to diluted MGP at twice the age. That's when this stuff gets really fun.
Hands down.
Yeah. To me, hands down, Swinson.
Hands down.
But again,
Swinson is.
Hey, my panties are showing too. I'm a proof for, right?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Why do you keep talking about your panties?
I want to
whore, like it's okay. It's all right.
And I will appreciate this at 84 proof. I will say that at 84 proof, for what I'm getting and the complexity I'm getting compared to this is
right.
good. And
Derek, what are you going to do with this? You bought it. What are you going to do with it? Are you going to give it to your friends?
This is my bottle now. I already bought it. I bought it from Derek.
You bought it?
Yeah.
All right. What are you going to do with it?
I'm going to drink it.
Well, and I'm
Well,
already
shit, yeah,
I'm
you're
already
gonna drink
halfway
it.
through mine.
Are you
so-
gonna mix it? Are you gonna?
No.
You wanna just sip this?
This is a low proof sipper.
All right.
That's where this one falls for me, at least. It's a low proof sipper. If I want more than one glass, but I don't want to get blasted, right?
Because you got to work tomorrow. Little
Even if I
pain,
don't got to work tomorrow, like if I want,
You want to be functional tomorrow.
Yeah, you want to be functional in your panties.
I mean, if you're gonna be in panties, you might as well be functional.
Do some stuff. Like, subscribe, get your friends to like, buy some T-shirts.
Did we?
Bourbon is for drinking.
Bourbon is for fucking drinking, I guess.
It's for drinking.
It is.